Hi everyone, it's Burgess. Today I want to paint a colourful abstract flamingo using watercolour and the wet on wet technique. I've done the drawing and I'm going to leave the drawing up on the screen for you if you wish to print it out and take a screenshot and print it out. So what I'm going to do is first of all take a small brush and just paint around the head first very, very carefully, because that's the area that's not going to be sort of abstract. I'm going to be using sort of all sorts of colors, a little bit like the butterfly that I painted some weeks ago. So I'm going to start off by just putting in the head, painting the head and the neck. And then we can just blend it in at the end. Now the colors might sort of appear muted sometimes, so what we're going to do is add a bit more color to them as we go. So I'm just adding various shades of oranges here. Oops. If you go out of the lines, don't worry about it. I put the drawing in just for your benefit and for my benefit, I suppose, as well. So take a darker yellow. It's darker orange, and what I want to do is lift some of the center bit out. But the real focus is going to be the body where we're just going to sort of splash on colors as we want them. I'm going to lift out a bit more in the center here. A bit more color in. The edges, just to give it a sort of a rounded appearance. You just need a pointed brush for this, with a good point, a decent point. And you can blend out a bit of the head area here as well. And a little bit there. And now I'm just going to splash on colors. So first of all, what I'm going to do is just, using a bigger brush, wet it down. And when you wet it down, you can also leave in some gaps, so it's not all completely wet. And I'm working by a window, so I can see where the colors are, where the water is going and where it's not going. Okay, so let's start off with the sort of a like this. It just looks like this is carmine, I think, or alizarin crimson. No, it's carmine. You can put that in, and you can also add a bit of the red in that as well. And this is permanent red. And it's just a bit of fun, really. You want to just sort of enjoy it, really. And you can always put the colors in when you put them down in the direction in which they sort of tend to grow. What I want to do here is put, this is turquoise blue. Don't know why I did that, but it looks quite nice actually. And we can sort of darken them up even more as we go. And we're going to use some Prussian blue along here as well. I like Prussian blue. Prussian blue is a really lovely color actually, and a bit of ultramarine as well. You can put ultramarine as well in. Just any colors that you can. And because it's a yellow-headed, orange-headed flamingo, we can always add some of the yellow, some of the orange in as well. But I want to keep vamping up. I want to darken this as much as I can. And I'm sort of wetting the ends again here. And here we are using these unusual sort of strokes where it's like the leaf stroke, really. You can use the red for that as well. And honestly speaking, I would like to add a bit of burnt sienna just to really darken this up, and maybe even some purple. Put that in there too. And just keep adding colors. Don't be too worried about where they're going or whether it looks funny. It does look funny, but it's just a beginner exercise where you're not really sure what you want to draw, what you want to paint, but you really want to try and get started. And this might be just the exercise for you. And what I want to do is, a little bit of splashing, but I think I'm going to have trouble doing the splashing because it's, well, let's face it, I'm not really in my own space, so I may end up with a bit of a mess here. And I don't want it going everywhere. I want to put some turquoise in as well. A little bit of the alizarin crimson to just splash a bit of that on too and around here. and at the top. And with the purple, have a bit more here. Now the legs I'm going to use let's use this one. Let's just use a very, very dilute. This is vermilion. We'll go back to the big brush, and I'm gonna, let it run. I don't mind it running, and we're gonna take just let it stand in some water here, and I want the water to splash here as well. And what we're going to do is take that rigger, this one, just a very, 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 very dilute. That's too strong for the beak. Very, very dilute. And we're going to let that dry for a bit while we just add a few more splashes here and there. And we take the rigger again, and we take a dark colour for the eyes. We have to do it very carefully because I don't want to smudge anything, but and I'm just gonna paint in and there's something there, and yeah, and you go back in, and now what we could do is wet some of this again and some of the head once again, just put one final layer of colour in, just to give it that let's use use a the reason I'm doing this is because I want it to look 3D. Well, the neck I want it to look rounded. put some extra little shadows. Just along here. And finally, what I'm going to do is just a little, some feathers along this way. Okay, so here's our our colorful flamingo. Hope you enjoyed that. It was, something to do for beginners. Just if you don't know what you want to paint or how to paint, you can just take a screenshot of the drawing and just splash on the colors that you have in your palette. And of course, you can make the flamingo your own by adding whatever colors you have, and just basically just enjoy it and try and get back into the swing of actually painting. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and do consider subscribing and leave a comment as well. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you.